Welcome. Let's get settled into an easy seated position. Bring the palms to touch at heart center, taking a few grounding breaths here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Find length through the spine. As you get grounded, let your mind meet your body here, getting slower, calmer, more focused, mindful. Now allow your right ear to fall over towards your right shoulder for a neck stretch. Extend the left fingertips out long towards the mat. And then come back through center and take that neck stretch on the other side. So left ear to left shoulder this time. Extend the right fingertips out long. Stay with your breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Come back through center, both arms lift up overhead. And take a twist over to the right side, maybe even hooking that left hand to the right knee. Maybe start to gaze back behind you. Stay with the breath. Inhale, come back through center, arms lift. And exhale, twist over to the left side. So for every inhale, lift farther through the spine. For every exhale, twist a little deeper. Come back through center again, and this time we'll make our way onto hands and knees into tabletop position. Go ahead and extend the right fingertips out long in front of you, the left toes back behind you, almost propping you into this steady position, and then lift away from the ground. So that right arm is reaching directly in front of you, the left foot back, flexing through that left foot, and then go ahead and come back down, set up for the other side. Lift away from the ground, reaching in opposite directions, stabilize, use the breath, and then come on back down. Coming into puppy pose, you'll keep your knees in line with your hips and start to walk the arms forward until you can bow the chest down and rest the forehead on the ground. Breathe into that deep opening, feeling the upper back and the shoulders stretching. Then go ahead and rise up, walk the hands back in, and make your way into downward dog, your inverted V shape. Start to bend deeply through the right knee and extend the left heel down towards the ground. So that left leg is straight, right knee's bending for a calf stretch. And then go ahead and take that same stretch with the opposite leg. So left knee bends, right heel reaches towards the ground. Stay with the breath. And then come back into downward dog, bend both knees, send the chest closer towards the thighs. And then reach both heels back down again towards the ground. From here, look right, look left. So pivoting the head back and forth, stretching the neck, and then look slightly forward, and then tucking chin to chest, slightly forward, tucking chin, keep going. And then back into neutral. Go ahead and shift forward into your plank position with wrists directly below shoulders. Hips are neutral. We're going to hold here, so tune into the breath. Maybe turn your attention back to the beginning of class where we were slowing down, setting intention, setting mindfulness. One more breath here. And on the exhale, find your downward dog. On the inhale, shift forward into plank. On the exhale, shift back, downward dog. Inhale as you shift forward. Keep going with this cycle, shifting back, exhaling, shifting forward, inhaling. Feel free to go at your own pace. And this time in our downward dog, we're going to start to walk the hands back towards the feet until you find your way into your forward fold. Take a slight bend at the knees when you get there. Just taking a gentle, easy forward bend. Go ahead and grasp opposite elbows, swaying back and forth, side to side, releasing a little deeper through the hamstrings, as well as through the lower back. Remember the breath. And on the next inhale, we're going to rise all the way up, arms reaching up overhead, And grasp that left hand with the right, taking a side bend over to the right side. Swivel the chest open towards the sky, gazing up. And then come back through center. Take that hand grip on the other side and side bend to the left. Open the chest again towards the sky, looking up. And come back through center, sitting into your chair pose this time. So bending deeply through the knees, reaching the arms. Start to rise off of the heels, so coming onto the balls of the feet, just challenging this pose a little bit more, challenging the balance, and heels find their way back to the ground. We'll bring the palms to touch at heart center. Take one breath here, and on the exhale, twist over to the right side, hooking the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Make sure the knees are still in line with one another. And if it's available and comfortable to you, go ahead and start opening the arms wide, reaching in opposite directions in this twist. We'll come all the way back into our center chair pose with palms touching and twist to the left. Taking a breath here, and whenever you're ready, feel free to open the arms wide. Keep twisting. And then come back through center. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Start to walk the hands out in front of you until you make your way into plank position. Exhale, chaturanga, lowering. Inhale, upward dog, rising. We'll linger here. So take a few breaths, opening up in this position, rolling the shoulders back and down away from the ears. And then make your way into downward dog. We'll lift the right leg high, three-legged dog, bend the knee, open the hip. Step that right foot forward between the hands, rise up, arms reach up into our high lunge. Keep that left heel reaching towards the ground to create more of a hip stretch. And then open up warrior two. Nice, focused, strong breathing. On your next exhale, reverse your warrior. Staying there for a breath before making your way into side angle. And then go ahead and drop your lifted arm behind your back. So this is your half bind. If you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to go deeper, start to work that bottom hand down towards the ground and then wrapping it under your leg and clasping hands. So keep opening the chest towards the sky. Stay strong and grounded through the feet. And wherever you are, unwind. Plant both fingertips, swivel the back toes forward, and lower that back knee to the ground. From here, we'll plant the left hand, lift the right arm towards the sky, gaze up past those right fingertips, and then come on back down. Tuck the back toes, step forward, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold back down. Inhale to halfway lift, flattening the back. Exhale to fold back. Inhale, halfway lift again. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms reach up. And exhale, the hands behind the back, interlacing. Start to pull the hands down towards the ground, away from the body. Chest lifts up, gaze lifts up. And then on your next exhale, fold forward. Just letting the hands reach, opening through the shoulders. And still in this forward fold, release your grip, reaching the hands to the ground, stepping back into your plank, exhaling chaturanga, inhaling upward dog, and exhaling downward dog. Lift the left leg high, three-legged dog, bend the knee, open the hip, and then go ahead and step the left foot forward between the hands, rising up into that high lunge, arms reaching up. Keeping that 90-degree bend in the front leg, staying with your slow, controlled breath, and then open up warrior two. Swiveling that back heel down, gaze is out over the front palm. On your next exhale, reverse your warrior. Take a breath and then find your way into side angle. If you want to take that bind or that half bind, go ahead and start setting up. Entering into that bind, and try to keep your knee right above your ankle and try to keep rolling that right shoulder back. So instead of letting that side of your body dip forward towards the ground, keep everything open. Slowly unwind. Plant the fingertips, swivel the back toes forward, coming into your low lunge, lowering that back knee to the ground. And then plant the right hand, lift the left hand high for this twisted low lunge. The next exhale brings you back through center, planting fingertips, stepping the back foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, arms reach up. And exhale, fold all the way back down, step back into plank, push up or chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Making your way into plank for another push up or chaturanga. And into upward dog. One more round, push up or chaturanga, and inhaling upward dog. And then slowly make your way back into child's pose and then downward dog. Take a few cleansing breaths here. And then start to reach your left hand to the outside of your right leg. So you can start up high and slowly work your hand down as it gets more challenging of a twist. Stay with the breath. Come back through center and take that twist on the other side, reaching right hand this time towards the left thigh. And then slowly working that hand down, maybe towards the ankle, just as far as you can go. Taking that twist. And then come back through center into your downward dog. We'll walk the hands towards the feet, forward fold. Rise all the way up, arms reaching up, and exhale the hands down. All right, we're going to start to make our way into a yogi squat. So go ahead and take the feet out wide, a little past hip width distance with toes facing out, heels in. Bring the palms to heart center and slowly start to squat all the way down until you can position the outside of the arms to nestle right in between the knees. Find length through the spine and take one more breath here. For our arm balance, we're going to at least attempt crow pose. So go ahead and get into position in a crouched position. Plant the palms, spreading the fingertips wide, and place the knees as close to the armpits as possible. You're going to engage the core and start to lean forward and then lift maybe one foot off of the ground, maybe two. The gaze is right above and between the fingertips. If you did one foot up, then make sure that you practice with the opposite foot up as well. And then we'll all meet in a wide-legged downward dog. Flow through a vinyasa on your own time, your own pace. When you make your way back into downward dog, go ahead and step the right foot forward between the hands and step the back foot halfway forward. So we're coming into our pyramid pose, keeping fingertips on the ground or reaching towards the ground. Keep in mind that both feet are facing forward. Stay with the breath. Slowly start to walk your fingers forward past the edge of the mat. As the back heel starts to peel away from the ground, lift that back leg into warrior three. So the toes are facing down towards the mat. Your shoulders are in line with your hips. Arms reach back. Bring the hands to heart center. And we're going to start to reach the back heel down towards the ground, slow and steady until you make your way into high lunge. Arms reach up. And exhale, take a twist over to the right side. Left elbow hooks to the outside of the right knee. This high lunge twist. Looking to challenge our balance even more, we'll start to kind of hop through that back foot or maybe just lift up warrior three again, but keeping in this twist. Nice, stay with the breath. Reach the fingertips towards the ground and drop that lifted foot to the ground. Inhale to rise up to stand. Exhale to fold back in. Step back, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. This time, step the left leg forward, coming into pyramid pose. We'll step the back foot in just a bit. Fingertips reach towards the ground. Both legs are straight. Both hip points are facing forward. Breathe through this intense stretch. And then start to walk the fingertips forward. Lift the right leg back behind you, toes facing the ground. Lift the arms back, finding strength in your warrior three. Bring the palms to touch at heart center and slowly step back into that high lunge. Arms reach up on the inhale, and on the exhale, we twist over to the left side. Preparing for liftoff again, find your gaze, that steadiness, and then whenever you're ready and stable, start to lift away from the ground with that back foot, staying twisted. And then release the hands to the ground and the foot to the ground. Inhale, rise up, arms reach up. Exhale, fold back in. Step on back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward dog, inhaling. And exhale, downward dog. Take the knees down to the ground, just finding an easy child's pose, letting your body release, letting the mind release. And then go ahead and rise back up, tabletop position. Again, coming into bird dog pose, extend the right fingers out in front of you, left toes back and lift away from the ground. Bend the left knee and reach back with the right hand to try to grasp the left ankle and reach that heel up towards the sky. Chest opens, gazes forward, take it back down. Set up bird dog on the other side and lift away from the ground. This time bend the right knee, reach back to try to grasp that ankle and lift everything up, feeling that opening in the chest and in the back. Then lower back down towards the ground. And this time we're going to come all the way down to the ground onto the belly. Interlace the hands behind the back, lift the chest away from the ground, hands reach towards the heels and away from the butt, gazes forward, hold here, breathe, and then take it back down. This round we'll reach the hands back by the sides, lift the hands, lift the feet away from the ground, lift the thighs away from the ground, chest lifts, ribs lift, everything's lifting. Hold, breathe, and then take it down. Plant both hands under the shoulders, coming into a half bow, bend the right knee, reach back with the right hand, grasp the ankle, and then lift that right knee away from the ground. Keep the knee in line with the hip. Slightly push into that left hand to lift the chest, and then lower back down. Set up for the other side, and then lift that knee, that thigh away from the ground, not letting that knee splay open, and lower. Press yourself away from the ground, coming into a quick puppy pose, and then find your way into a seated position. Lightly hold on to the back of the thighs, and we'll start to lift into boat pose. So feet lift, ankles are in line with knees, and arms extend forward. Keep neutral through the back. Hold and breathe. And then kicking this up a notch, we'll tap the right toe down and back up. Left toe down and back up. Keep going. Right toe taps, left toe taps. So keep alternating, keep tapping, and try to keep your entire position steady. Now both toes down and tap. Both toes down and tap. Keep going. Both feet down and back up. One more round. Good, and hug the knees. Coming into reverse tabletop now, plant the hands back behind you, fingertips facing the toes. Lift the hips high, gazes up, neck is neutral. Hold here. And then lower on back down. Coming into our seated tree pose stretch, the right leg extends long, and the left knee is bent and falls over to the left side. Start to walk the fingertips forward, lengthening through the spine on the inhale, and exhale, maybe reaching the crown of the head closer to the feet, folding in a little deeper. Slowly rise back up, set up for the other side, left leg extends long, and walk the fingertips forward. Again, inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold. Feel free to grab on to the foot, the calf, the thigh, just making it your own stretch. Rise back up and get in position to come onto your back. So we're going to lower down one vertebra at a time, going slow and controlled. Let both knees fall over to the right side, easy twist. And then back through center, over to the left. Back through center, bring both knees in towards the chest, hugging them in. And then lower both legs to the ground, arms to the ground, coming into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Try to allow your breath to go back to autopilot where we're not manipulating and thinking about it. And just let the body be right here. Let the mind and the body be, basking in the last bits of energy from your practice. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach the arms up overhead, letting them rest back behind you. And then take the right ankle, allowing it to hook on top of the left ankle. Grab the left wrist with the right hand. And then take the right foot back to the right edge of the mat. Hook the left ankle over the right. And go ahead and grab the right wrist with the left hand. Our last gentle stretch. And then slowly make your way into a seated position, resting the palms on the knees. As one final release, we'll inhale together deeply, and on the exhale, open the mouth and audibly release, sighing it out. Again, deeply inhale, and open the mouth, exhaling, sighing out. One last round. Inhale, breathing in. Exhale, release. Bring the palms to heart center. And gratitude to yourself for showing up and practicing. Namaste. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this class. If you'd like to see more content like this, please like and subscribe.